Hey guys, it's Ronnie. Today I have a video for you that's all about how you pay for college. I won't be talking, my auntie will be talking. She put herself through college, she got her master's, she put herself through grad school. She's so smart, so talented. Her knowledge surpasses mine. So she'll be the one talking on this video. I hope you guys are inspired by this video and that you really take something from it. Alright, that's enough of me, so bye. Will you just tell us about your upbringing, your home life, and where your successes?
Sure.
Okay.
So I grew up in a single parent home, meaning that all I had was my mom taking care of me and my two brothers, so there were three of us. I'm in the middle, so I have an older brother and a younger brother. And my mom did not go to college right after high school. She got pregnant and had my older brother, and then she had me right away after that. And then a couple of years later, she had my younger brother. So growing up, it was really hard, being a single parent. She didn't have a lot of resources financially or time. When I was a senior in high school, though, my mom quit her job and went to school full time because she was determined to graduate from college before her children did. And I knew that I was going to college. I was always in honors classes. I was always smart. And I never saw life without college. And mostly because I did not want my life to mirror what I saw around me growing up. So I knew that education is the quickest path to success in life. And again, college is not for everyone, and you can be successful without college, but for the vast majority of people, college gives you access, and access gives you power. I went to Drake University in Iowa. Go Bulldogs! Woo! And I majored in magazine journalism with a minor in marketing. So I graduated in 4 years. Which is very important because that's how you save money. 4 years, you guys. And then I went to grad school right after that in Virginia Beach. I went to Regent University, which is a Christian school. I wanted to have, I didn't want to go to seminary. I'm not called into ministry, but my faith is a huge part of not only my talent, my ability to write, because it's part of my purpose for life, but I just wanted to have that connection to how my talent related to my faith. And so I went to a Christian grad school. Graduated again, and now I am working in my dream job as the senior manager of web operations. Had to think about it. It's a new title. And I help kids like you, students like you, get to college.
So here's the $1 million question right here.
Okay.
How did you pay for college?
That's a great question. And if you look at the statistics, for even the students who managed to make it to college, a lot of them end up having to drop out because of finances. So the number one thing is complete the FAFSA. And you have to do it every year. So you don't just do it your senior year in high school and get your first, package for freshman year. You have to do the FAFSA every single year. And that means getting on your parents, whether you have a single parent like I did, or you were raised by your grandparents or an aunt or uncle, whatever the case may be, you have to complete your FAFSA, and you have to do it every single year. Go to studentaid.gov and get all the, they have all those resources for you to check out to see what your steps are, who the FAFSA parent is that you have to use, what forms you need, what information you need to fill out the FAFSA. The FAFSA takes about 30 minutes to fill out, and there's over, it's like $5 billion in aid. It's like some ridiculous amount of financial aid that's available from the government. It's basically free money for you to apply for. So that's number one. Complete your FAFSA every single year. Number two, take challenging classes in high school because that prepares you for scholarships. And it's really important once you get to college, because a lot of students will have scholarships that they got, for freshman year, but they don't keep their grades up. You lose your scholarships when you don't keep your grades up. And so college is not the same as high school. It's a completely different ball game. And so it's really important for you to take those challenging classes in high school to prepare you to succeed in college. That means taking the AP classes. It means, taking the dual enrollment. So some schools don't have AP classes, which are advanced placement classes, or IB classes, which are international baccalaureate classes, but they have dual enrollment, which means that you, as a student in high school, can enroll in a community college and get credit for that class for both high school and college. And that's a great way for you to save money. When I went to college my freshman year, I already had 16 credit hours. So I was considered a sophomore at the end of my first semester. So, that's a huge difference between the cost for attending a community college and the cost for, paying for it at a 4-year. Also, if you are low income, like I qualified for free and reduced lunch. I know that there's this huge stigma about having free and reduced lunch. You don't want people to know you're poor. I get it. But when it comes to paying for college, that is like one of your biggest assets. You can take
food stamps?
You can possibly qualify for those. I never did that, so I don't know a lot about that. But the thing is that if you get free and reduced lunch, you can take your SAT and your ACT for free. Oh. You can apply for all of your colleges for free. And you also qualify for Pell Grants, which is money that you're not going to have to pay back. So that's also something important to know. So the third thing is you need to be on it when it comes to applying for scholarships. Do your research. There's all these websites online that tell you about, looking for scholarships, doing scholarship searches. You need to use those because that money is ready to be claimed by someone, and it might as well be you. And
so what you're saying here,
yes,
is that there's all sorts of money to help you through college, even if your parents aren't able to pay.
Absolutely. My mother could not afford to send me to college, and I have a master's degree. So I would say that, I got loans. Loans should always be your last resort, because obviously I'm still paying back my student loans. I do have a couple of friends who have paid theirs off, and kudos to them. That's awesome. I cannot wait for that day. But student loans kind of saddle you with debt right out of college, and you can't buy a home. It could affect your ability to buy a car depending on what your starting salary is in your job. So having loans really is a hindrance to you. But if you have to take them to get through college, weigh the cost. You're worth the investment for sure, but don't use your student loans as your personal bank account. But there's scholarships for everything. There's scholarships for playing sports. There's scholarships for volunteering. There's scholarships for, heck, people do scholarships on Twitter. I don't know, you guys probably saw the Juicy J. There was a scholarship for twerking, but the scholarship was to not twerk, but whatever. When you realize that you're getting low on money, the school will let you know, hey, this bill's not covered. Your first step is to go to the financial aid office in person. Don't call, don't email. Take your behind to the financial aid office. Get to know those people. They should be your best friends. Because my senior year in college, going into my second semester, I actually couldn't enroll for my classes because I was low on money. I had not covered the fall semester, and so I could not enroll for the spring semester classes. And at this point, and that's why I said keeping your grades up is important, because my GPA dropped and I lost some of my scholarship money. I lost $1,200. And so that put me short for this semester, and I had to go to the financial aid office, and I was like, well, I don't want to drop out of school. What can I do? And they increased my grant to cover what was left so that I didn't have to take out more student loans, because that was going to be my final, that was going to be my last resort.
So would you say that seeking advice from advisors or
absolutely? I mean, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Mm-hmm. Be the squeaky wheel. Be the squeaky wheel. Talk to them. Let them know what's going on. Don't be embarrassed. If you are having financial difficulties, you have to let people know that. You can't keep that to yourself. No one can help you if they don't know what your situation is.
Right. So, what is something that you wish you knew before you began college?
Sure. I would say I wish that I knew more about the importance of keeping my GPA up. Because I didn't have a horrible GPA. I just want to say that. Like, I was not a horrible student, but I was a very busy student. I was a cheerleader. I was very active in student government. I did a lot of volunteer work, and I worked. I had 2 jobs. So it was hard, you know, and I was enjoying college life. Like, I had the full college experience. I was out there having a good time, and doing my work and working and making friends and all of that. And so when my GPA kind of dropped after a few classes that were a little hard, I mean, and they were hard classes. Accounting was no joke, okay? Econ, hard. Yeah. Statistics killed me.
Right.
And so the math classes really hurt. And so my GPA dropped. And I wish that I had known that, like, my first step should have been to immediately go to the financial aid office and be like, oh my gosh, okay, this class is really hard. Do I need to take it over to keep my financial aid? Or, what do I need to do? And I wish that I had known to ask that question.
So you heard it here, folks. Go to the financial aid office, fill out your FAFSA, look for the scholarships. And it is possible for you to complete college, right?
It is. You can do it. I believe in you.
And I believe in you too. So thank you, Auntie, for coming on the channel today. You all will see her again. So peace out.
Bye.
Thank you.